Welcome to Mind Therapy Center. I'm Dr. Nanaz Pirnia. I'm a psychoneurotherapist. I'm a marriage family therapist, and we have exciting thing to share with you today. On the side of psychotherapy and neurotherapy and brain therapy, we also have Dr. Kate Hunty, who's a functional medicine and naturopathic doctor. And we have a very exciting program to lose fat, to lose weight and inches without any invasive techniques. And this is the latest technology that I want to introduce to you today. One of the services that we provide at Mind Therapy Center is weight loss. We call it Neuro Red Light because we're using infrared red light and red light to lose fat, weight, and inches, and heal the body and actually affecting the brain. Neuro Red Light is an amazing latest technology. So instead of fat freezing, instead of liposuction, or any other technology that you know, which in my opinion, they're all invasive, we're using Neuro Red Light to help the person to lose the fat fast and without any invasion, without any pain or bruises or any downtime. I have Dr. Kate Hunty, who's our functional medicine and naturopathic doctor, who's an expert in losing weight and maintaining the weight. As you know, most of the diets that you see, they really don't have any maintenance, and that's why in America they're spending billions of dollars on losing the weight, gaining it back, and then go to another program. This is your last stop because it's based on the latest technology that helps the body to lose the fat naturally. Dr. Kate, how are you?
I'm very well. Nice to see you, darling.
Please explain.
Look, the reality is that we live in a state of inflammation, and that inflammation is something that helps us to gain weight. It puts us in a diabetic state. It can often contribute to anxiety, depression, and of course, Alzheimer's, I mean, Parkinson's, all kinds of things. And so we really need to address this inflammation with this particular machine. Now, on top of that, because people have been doing this yo-yo stuff for years and years and years, not only do we treat you with that, but we also look at the nutrition because that's so important. And when you come here and we do the Neuro Red Light, what we're looking at doing is two things: making sure that this sticks with the results that you're going to get, but in addition, you're going to eat in a different way and you're never going to put that weight back on again. So that's the important thing. The maintenance part is extremely important because people are so tired of losing it, gaining it, losing it, gaining it, and you know the effect it has on the body.
Absolutely. I think the reason we're so successful is because Dr. Kate looks at the underlying cause of any imbalances or the reason that we store fat. It's not normal for the body to store fat.
No.
And also I see in people that have all the complications of the brain, as you mentioned, from depression to anxiety to getting memory issues, is because of this fact.
Absolutely.
So this is your last stop, and Dr. Kate, maintenance.
Well, once we get done, you're living a different way. The inflammation has been reduced. And remember, without inflammation, we can't have disease. Without inflammation, we can't have pain. And without inflammation, we can't be overweight. So
exactly. And we're going to show them how you wrap the person, how many sessions and what age.
Look, we treat teenagers right now. We're putting teenagers on this, and right up to people in their 80s and 90s. I have some patients in their 90s that want to get rid of this little middle part, so we're putting them on there for that. The treatments are essentially 30 minutes. That's all we need you to do. We simply have you come in. You almost go to sleep because it's risk-free, it's non-invasive, no bruising.
It's a beautiful experience.
Yes, and then off you go. And we usually see people 2 times a week often. We have packages that are 6 and 12 and 20 sessions, but it really just depends on what you need and how many inches you want to lose, how much body fat you want to lose. So we just have a look and we can work
I'm
it out from
so
there.
excited for people to see what we do here. Let's go in.
Yes, lovely. Come. Today we're actually going to wrap Chris. This whole process is called the Neuro Red Light, and what we do with this is we wrap the various parts of the body. With regard to men, we wrap the belly, we wrap the hips, sometimes the legs, and often the chest. With women, we like to wrap the upper arms, the upper abdominals, lower abdominals, we do the hips, and the upper thighs. And this wonderful machine actually shrinks fat cells. The way that it works is it was developed by NASA many years ago, and it's taken some time to develop the technology. But what it actually does is a light comes into the skin down about 4 centimeters, and it actually stimulates the fat cells and shrinks them. So essentially they start out like little balloons and they end up being little raisins. And then the body just naturally excretes the fat through the system. So we're going to wrap Chris today. He's decided that this particular area he'd like to have a little bit smaller. So we've measured Chris. We've taken the information down, and then we're going to measure Chris at the end of this 30-minute program and see how many inches he's lost. So essentially, I'll ask Chris to just put his hands here for me. And I've already prepared the machine, so I'm now just going to wrap this around his belly, and we secure it gently. It's not too tight, right, Chris?
No.
Okay, not too tight. So we wrap this area, and then the next area we're going to wrap for Chris is we're going to wrap his back of his legs and just the top of his legs. These are the areas that he said that he wanted wrapped. The next area that we need to wrap for Chris, as he's indicated that he's interested in looking at some of the fine lines that he's got, as well as the area underneath his chin. So what we're going to do is prepare him by taking these goggles, because it's a bright light, it can't hurt you, but we like to make it comfortable for you. And we'll place those over his eyes. And then we're going to take this headpiece, which comes around like this, and it's going to be placed over the top of Chris's face, and it's not going to touch his face in any capacity. It's going to sit above his face, and this area here does his neck, and this area here does his face. And we're looking at fine lines, wrinkles, and just the area underneath his neck. So we're going to place it down there, and then we're going to go ahead and turn the program on, and this particular program is 30 minutes. It's the longest program that we run on this, and we just turn it on. And there you have it. We've actually put Chris on something called a vibration plate, and we do that after our treatments, because what we want to do is we've opened up those fat cells, we've excited them, they're excreting the fat out through the cell and then out through the body, and the vibration actually shakes those fat cells and continues to get them to excrete that fat and make it an easier process for us, and it makes the treatment more effective as well.
Let me introduce you to another amazing technology that we are sharing with you today at Mind Therapy Center. I am a psychotherapist that have found the missing link in helping patients to treat the symptoms and understand the real reason behind any of the emotional, psychological, educational, and other issues that people face. Here we are, and I'm going to show you a session of Quantitative Brain Map. The missing link was that we didn't know that the brain is neuroplastic, and the brain epigenetics matters more than genetics for the brain. So today, with the advanced technology and understanding of the brain, we can actually understand the activities of the brain cells in 19 areas of the brain and record it, so our neurologist can analyze the data and give us an amazing chart of all the imbalances with regards to the electrical activity of the brain, whether it's overworked or underworked. Chris, my assistant, is using Suzi.
Hello. One person to use with
to
no
show
brain.
you. So we put a cap on, and we can start from age 5 to 130. And Chris will use a gel to bring the connectivity on the screen. On the screen, you see the waves of the brain, from delta to theta to alpha to beta. They're all indications of the activities of the brain from slow to really fast. By recording this data in about 30 minutes, which is really easy, non-invasive, there's no damaging light or any side effects, we can actually understand if the patient and the reasons for the patient's symptoms. Today, in my opinion, after the invention of smartphones, this is the most amazing technology to find the under cause of the problems, whether it's emotional or psychological or educational, and also to understand why we have symptoms. Unfortunately, before, because we didn't know brain is neuroplastic, and we didn't know that epigenetic, meaning anything that we do in the environment matters, we would go to using psychotropic medications, over-the-counter medications, to mask the problem. Today, my recommendation to you is, as a general checkup, the way you go and check your body, come to Mind Therapy Center and check your brain, and to make sure you optimize the brain and you have the best brain for the best life. So the most amazing understanding that we will get from the brain is based on the analysis of the brain waves of, for example, Suzi. And our neurologists send the data explaining exactly how much anxiety and where the patient has, the amount of depression, emotional issues, memory issues from short-term to long-term, and if the patient is a candidate to have Alzheimer's in the future. And also we get the attention and all that ADD stuff, so we will know why the patients cannot concentrate or are impulsive. In my opinion, anyone from age 5 up, they should try to do one brain map to understand any imbalances because of birth or after birth or traumas or lack of nutrients in the body, so we can actually, based on the underlying cause, to treat the patient with neurointegration therapy, which includes all kinds of neurofeedback, light, motion, beamer mat, alpha stim, and the biochemical imbalances, so the patient will have an optimized, fantastic brain to have a great life. Come to Mind Therapy Center and try it. So after we get the result, the QEEG brain mapping result, based on the recommendations of neurologists, now we know which area of Suzi's brain is overactivated or underactivated or has any possible damages. Because brain cells are neuroplastic, we're using neurofeedback. This is a session of EEG neurofeedback. We combine EEG and HEG neurofeedback to basically bring the balance between the brain cells electrically, and also to help, the light will help Suzi to excite the brain cells more, and it's almost like bringing life to the cells. Each session is about 30 minutes, and the patient is going to do something very pleasant. Brain cells will only connect and reactivate if the situation is pleasant and fun. So we've got series of movies or fantastic music, and in the 30-minute session, Suzi will either listen to a nice music or watch an exciting movie. Usually by the 5th or 6th session, we optimize the brain, and people who just want to have a fresh brain or good memory and attention, they come for 6 sessions. If there is more complications and any diagnosis, usually the sessions can go between 20 to 40 sessions. It's a safe process without any radiation, without any invasion or pain, to help the brain to optimize and reconnect and rewire. Suzi, how do you feel?
Excellent.
I
already feel like a new person.
Yeah, and as a matter of fact, after every session, you will feel that you can pay more attention with less anxiety. In the first 6 sessions help you to really feel grounded and have more attention, because the brain gets tired over the years and the stress matters to the brain cells. So it's prevention to the core.
Beautiful. Thank you, Dr. Pirnia.
Come back.
Absolutely, we will. Thank you.